everyone! So in today's video we're going to be talking about Animal Crossing New Horizons. And in this video we're going to be discussing some predictions and ideas I have for things they might be including in this game. So please don't take anything I say as a fact or something that I think needs to be in the game. These are just some things I was thinking about that they might include while I was watching the trailer and gameplay footage. So, the first thing I think that might happen in the game is that Blathers and Celeste's museum will either already be on the island and be really broken and run down, and they'd like you to help rebuild it, sort of like the community centre in Stardew Valley. Or they might turn up at the island after some point in your gameplay and will ask you to help them build their museum, and then you'll get to choose where it goes. I think this because it makes perfect sense for Blathers and Celeste to already live or want to live on this deserted island. First of all, Blathers would absolutely love to come here and explore all the different types of fish and fossils you can find on this island. I'm sure he'd be happy to have his museum filled with fish and bugs. Well, maybe not bugs since we know he hates them, but all of the different species native to this place and all the hidden fossils. And of course Celeste would absolutely love to come along with him because everyone knows you can see the stars the brightest when there's no lights or city around. And I'm sure the best place in the world to stargaze is probably on a deserted island. The next prediction I have is that Rossetti will either already be on the island, either visiting now and then or living there retired, as we know now that he has unfortunately lost his job, or he will show up sometime during gameplay to help the player with his new job. So we haven't actually been told what Rossetti's new job is. We've only been told that he's looking for a new one. Now, my prediction is that his job will have something to do with unlocking more space or buildings for your island. So everyone knows Rossetti and his brother Don are experts at digging, right? Since they're moles, and we've seen in the trailer that there is another section of the town they didn't show off that was above a hill. Maybe we can't unlock this area without Rossetti digging a tunnel to the other side. Maybe he could dig us a slope so that we can go from each section of the island and eventually expand our island to be even bigger. If he isn't doing something like this for us, I assume he'll be helping us build new buildings like the museum or shops, because I think Rossetti and Don would both be good at construction work. So, after reading an article where they revealed that the villagers are also in debt to Tom Nook, I started to think that maybe after helping out villagers many times, with different odd jobs, you know, the usual, I need a fish, I need a new piece of furniture, please buy this wardrobe off me, and all that stuff. I think that after doing these odd jobs for the villagers quite often, they will eventually have paid off their debt to Tom Nook, and will thank you for helping them out. Maybe to thank you they'll give you their villager photo, you know, the one that you usually get for being best friends? Or they might even ask you to help them design their new house or something like that. You could maybe see while visiting someone's town who their best friend is just by how big the villagers' houses are. I think that would make sense because I imagine they wouldn't make the villagers be in debt to Tom and not even make them mention paying it off. So my next prediction is, well, I don't know if this counts as a prediction or a fact since this may be obvious to some people, but I believe we won't be able to finish the museum collection with our first set of nets and fishing rods. In the treehouse gameplay footage, they did say that to catch rarer types of fish and bugs, you need a better fishing rod and net and some fishing bait. And of course we've seen that our first set of things we can craft is the flimsy net and flimsy fishing rod and all that sort of stuff. I'm sure as we make our way through the game and we'll unlock more DIY recipes and eventually be able to craft amazing golden nets and golden fishing rods. And then we'll have access to catching all of the fish and bugs available on the island and finally be able to complete our museum collection. This means catching that coelacanth will be even harder than usual. Another idea I have is that in the treehouse gameplay there was a quick scene of the inventory slots, and one of them was a clove symbol. Because of this, I think we'll either have separate inventory slots for cloves, which would be super useful to carry around my raincoat and rain boots, that way I can change if it starts to rain without having to go all the way home. Or, this icon could mean that we have the ability to craft basic patterns at the start of the game, even without the Able sisters. I think this could be fun, but I would miss Mabel and Sable a lot, though of course we'd be seeing them later on in the gameplay anyway, so it's not that bad. I also have another theory, or prediction I guess, that we might be able to wash our clothes for different effects. So, you might have seen in the trailer or the treehouse gameplay footage, but there are two new items I've never seen before in Animal Crossing, one of them being the wash basin, and the other is the swashing line. We have had a washing line item before, but this one looks much different because we can actually place it outside. And as you can see in the trailer, the character puts the washing line out in the sun and then picks up the washing line when it starts to rain. This makes me think that we may be able to wash our clothes in this game. Now, I'd completely understand if these are just furniture items, which would be fine, and they could have just been showing this because it looks cute and it's fun pretending you're washing your clothes, I guess. But they have said that they are still adding so many things to the game during the next 9 months. This could be one of them. Now, I don't think they'd make it so you have to wash your clothes, but maybe by washing them, you would get better luck that day. You know how in previous games you'd have bad luck days and constantly fall over? And then you could talk to Katrina and she'd tell you your lucky item to make the good luck come back. Well, maybe by washing your clothes you could change the bad luck into good luck, so you wouldn't have to spend all day falling over. Your luck could even affect the amount of bells and materials you get out of the money rocks and trees. That sort of thing. Maybe the villagers would even comment on it, saying your clothes smell fresh and nice, or maybe if you haven't washed them in a long while, they would comment that you should wash them and that you smell. Sort of like in previous games where the villagers would make comments if you haven't changed your outfit in a while. I think this could be a really fun and cute addition to the game. Another prediction I have similar to this is that we might be able to cook in this game. I know that if they were going to include this, they probably would have shown it off. And I know this is a controversial thing and some people really don't like this idea. But for me personally, I'd actually love to cook in Animal Crossing. It's something I've wanted to do since I first played Wild World. I completely understand why some people wouldn't want this though, because there's a lot of things I'm scared about them changing in the series too. But the reason I think they still might include this before March 2020 is because, again, in the gameplay footage you see that we can craft an item we've never been able to have before. A frying pan. And it's not just like a furniture item we can buy, we can actually craft this, along with the campfire. A majority of the items we can craft, we can actually use. Yes, it could just be a decorative item that we place in our house to look cute, but wouldn't it be amazing if after crafting this frying pan, we could make it interact with our campfire to cook food? We could fry apples and make apple pie, or maybe even just a scorched apple like in Zelda Breath of the Wild. We could cook fish to make fried fish, and maybe mix things together like fruit, fish and other items like flowers or other things available on the island to create little meals. In the autumn scene of the trailer, it seems like there was wheat growing on the island. This means there might be different ingredients available to harvest in different seasons. I know this sounds a lot like Stardew Valley, but I honestly don't think they'll make Animal Crossing into a farming sim. I don't think they'd make it so you need the food to survive or own a farm or anything like that. But I think it'd be sort of like the Valentine's Day chocolate item, just something cute your character could eat. It's just cute, isn't it? I think it'd be super fun to be able to collect these items and mix them together to cook food, because this way you'd have more fun collecting fish and fruits that you can craft new recipes. After creating different foods, you could get rewarded with Nook Miles, and you could give them to your favourite villagers. You know how each villager has a favourite type of coffee? What if they all had individual favourite meals, and after gifting them to your villager they'd become really happy? And maybe they'd even send you a gift in the mail the next day. I don't know, I just think this would be super cute and fun to see. It'd also make the Thanksgiving event and Wendell visiting town much more interactive. And I really enjoyed cooking in Zelda Breath of the Wild, so I know that Nintendo knows how to do this sort of thing, and make it fun and not ruin the game. I don't know, let me know what you guys think about this one. But yeah, those are all the things I can think of for now. Let me know if any of you guys have any theories or ideas for things that they could include in the game that they haven't shown us yet, because I'm really interested in knowing some of your guys' ideas. And if you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe, only if you want to though. And thank you all so much for watching, I really appreciate it, and I'll speak to you all in my next video.